Good morning. This is Brother ELIHU, and I want to talk to you today about prayer and how it really works, okay, and how to get the maximum result from your prayers, okay. Prayer is a ritual, okay, whether you know this or not, okay, and to maximize the effect of your prayer, and actually it's a form of magic, okay, and magic is simply a person achieving a desired effect based on that individual's intent. That's like a real simple definition that I can give you, okay? It's achieving a desired effect based on your intent, all right? And that's what prayer is, okay? So, in magic, you usually have a ritual. You have a certain formula or a way that you do it every time, okay? And if you come up in the Christian church, you usually been taught to be afraid of certain words, okay? And ritual is probably one of those words, along with the word magic, all right? And that's what happens when you don't understand language. You can be spooked by so many things, okay? So it's very important for you to understand language, okay? Understand language, man. That shit is essential. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people have misconstrued understandings of a lot of things because of their lack of understanding of just simple thing like language. You know what I mean? Like, I remember coming up in the 80s, we had this little expression here in Baltimore. They used to play on the radio or whatever, and it was us killing us equals genocide. Okay? And genocide is really, it's the extermination of the gene. Okay? The word side means death. Okay? And geno is means gene. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a compound word, all right? And if I was to just kill a man, you understand, that's not genocide. Or brothers out here and one brother just shoots another brother, that's not genocide. That's not attacking the gene that makes black people. You understand what I'm saying? That's considered a homicide. You understand? Homo means man. Side means death, okay? It would be, you could probably call it fratricide. It's a word, fratricide. And frater means brother. You know what I mean? So Cain killing Abel was a fratricide. You understand what I'm saying? You have infanticide, killing of infants. Okay? So you need to really understand language, all right? So now let's get back to prayer, okay? Prayer, to be really effective, you have to go through a ritual, all right? And the ritual usually is based around fasting, okay? You shouldn't have a lot of food in your stomach. That's why the best time to pray is not at night, okay? The best time to pray is actually in the morning, okay? It's actually in the morning. You know, before you eat, when you first get up, take a shower, because cleanliness, bathing, washing before prayer, in Islam they call it wudu or ablution, okay? Even in performing magic, you have to wash, okay? You have to wash. In magic you have to fast, you have to wash, all right? Even in the book of Daniel, when Daniel goes to interpret a dream before Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuchadnezzar invites Daniel to a feast. And Daniel refuses to go to the feast to eat the food, okay? Because he cannot interpret a dream because with all that food in his stomach. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So now, after you've fasted and after you've washed, you understand? In magic, there are certain days of the week and hours of the day that will make your desired intent more effective. Okay? And prayer and magic, and even in, you might hear this term in voodoo, you know what I mean? You have what's called conjuring or evocation. Okay? And to evoke or to conjure simply means to call forth. Prayer is just calling forth. All right? So, you Christians out there who keep calling forth the name Jesus. All right? First of all, you need to know this. His name is not Jesus. Jesus is a Greek name. The brother wasn't a Greek. Okay? Know that shit. The brother was not a Greek. The brother was a Hebrew. In fact, he was considered a Nazarene Hebrew. Nazareth was a ghetto. It was a ghetto of black people. Very poor section of Judea. All right? And Nazarenes, or people out of Nazareth, took a certain vow. And one of the vows was to not let a razor touch their face or head. Okay, so they didn't shave their face, they didn't shave their hair. All right? And they didn't drink what was called fiery drinks. And then there was some other vows as far as like having a child. You know, you had to get married. You have to have a seed. You understand what I'm saying? And you had to train your teacher seed a trade, things like that. So, you know, there's a lot of evidence that Jesus was married. And in fact, some say he had 2 wives. You know what I mean? Mary Magdalene was supposed to have been one of them. Okay, she's the one that oils his body down. You know what I mean? His naked body down before he make his entrance in Jerusalem for execution. She's the one that washes his feet with her hair. Okay? She's the one who's there to claim the body from the grave. Okay? She's the one there standing at the grave. Okay? So she's doing all the things that a wife would do. All right? And his other wife was said to be wealthy. She made her money off of selling animals used in temple rituals as far as sacrifice. All right. But now back to conjuring and evocation. So if his name is Yeshua and it's not Jesus, okay, then you're not evoking. Okay. Now you have an evocation or you have an invocation. If I invoke, I'm calling something forth inside of me. Okay? If I evoke, I'm just simply calling it forth, but not to enter me. All right? So, if your name is Joseph, and I keep calling you Kevin, I'm not evoking you, I'm provoking you. And eventually you're going to get upset, or you're going to just ignore me. Okay? And that's where you hear in the Bible Jesus say, "For on that day many shall say, Lord, Lord, and I shall say, I knew you not, or I never knew you." You understand what I'm saying? So who the fuck are you calling on when you say Jesus? You could be calling on a demonic entity. Or you're just simply calling forth a man-made idol. You understand what I'm saying? A man-made idol. And, you know, a lot of you in the Catholic Church, they genuflect, or they bow in front of it. They make the sign of the cross in front of them. They kneel before this image and this idol and this cross. You know what I mean? Or they see a picture and they you know, make the sign of the cross on their face or whatever. So, you know, you need to understand evocation, provocation, and invocation. All right? Calling forth. All right? It's very, very important. Okay? And then most magic takes place, and to get the best desired effect is to do it in what's considered 360 degrees. Whether it's a circle, or Muslims play on a rug, which is 4 90-degree angles, okay, at each corner. Okay, that's 360 degrees. Okay? Magicians, they make a circle in the floor, and they pray in that. So if you want to pray, do those steps. You can just stand in a square, okay? Sometimes I stand in a floor tile. Just put my feet together and stand erect in a floor tile. You know what I mean? And stand in that square. That's 360 degrees. And I always get results from my prayers. Always. Always. You know what I mean? So, that's a little lesson in prayer. I will follow up with a part 2. And stop calling on Jesus. His name is Yeshua. He wasn't a Greek. He was a black Hebrew. All right? Peace and shalom.